recording it so that I can get it to you. I'll send you a link after that you can listen to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, my neighbors probably think I'm crazy because I was burning sage at 9 o'clock this morning.
Oh no, you're helping them too, whether they believe it or not.
I know, right?
Right. They don't know. They don't know yet.
They don't even realize what it is, you know.
Right.
They probably think I'm smoking pot or something.
No, but it smells like it because I smelled sage. It smells like it though.
Yeah.
It's all good, Terry.
It's
You're
all
helping
good.
the world. Yeah.
Exactly. So I called in the angels to be here to guide this, and I've asked them to surround you where you're at.
Thank you.
And especially Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel.
I got the chills.
Yeah. Gabriel's the messenger angel. So anytime that you want to receive a message from a loved one that's in spirit, just ask Archangel Gabriel to be with you and to help guide that message right to you, because he will. He'll let it come right into you.
Thank you, Terry.
You're so welcome. Okay, so I'm just going to focus in on Diesel. I did that yesterday when you told me they were scattering the ashes.
Yeah.
And
Brian has been real great at the pet cemetery, at Pet Angels. He let me know everything every step of the way. He even sent me 4 pictures of everything.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And you'll get there to feel the energy of where where he left.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just you're not ready yet for that. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You're not ready to be in that energy because your grief is so fresh and so strong. So I'm just feeling into that connection right now. And when I did that connection yesterday, when you told me the timing of what was happening, and I tuned in and I actually felt like a breeze, like the air was carrying that energy to the universe. It was just like going so beautifully.
Terry,
it was almost like floating is what it felt like. Yeah, like the energy was just floating out to the universe. And so let me just see and get that connection so I can hear what he has to say. Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful.
He is.
Beautiful. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah. He's just pure love. He always was. He was this bundle of just wanting to be in your presence, just wanting to be right there all the time. Did he like stay close by?
Yes.
What it feels like. It's like he loved to touch, especially like your legs and your feet. I don't know if he laid at your feet, but it's what it felt like.
Yes, he was always with my husband and I in bed, and he always wanted to be around, you know. I would get a little mad at him sometimes because he was rough on the other dogs, you know, like he would fight with little Chico and Daisy and wouldn't let them eat. And
he just was demanding of attention because he knew that in this lifetime he was here to help teach others. So it was his way of teaching, and sometimes it came out as abrasive or aggressive, but he felt like there was such an urgency to teach. And so that's what he brought in, was an energy of letting the other animals know that, you know, they could learn from him, that they were, he was like the master. He's like sitting up, and a dragonfly just went right in front of me, right out the window, just right by. You can't make this up. It was like, here I am. I got chills.
I know.
So
I believe you that dragonfly, because we went yesterday, my husband and I, for a ride the other day, and there was a dragonfly right by our window of the car when we were sitting parked.
Yeah, it did. It was just like that perfect timing. As soon as I said he was a master, it's like, here it comes. So he was a master in this lifetime. And so when he came here, he chose to be with you. He chose to be with you and Alan, to be with the other animals. And so he came in to teach. And the way animals communicate, it's not like people communicating. It's more telepathy, you know, and the subtle messages through the body language, and their body tells a tale, and it gives out a message. So whether it's the way they're holding their tail or their body or looking through their eyes, they communicate through their eyes. So he was here to teach, and he taught the other animals about love. He taught them about being a servant and to become more humble in who they are. And that's why he felt like he had to be the one that was more aggressive. He had to be the one that showed them, you know, through example.
He showed them all right.
Oh yeah, he did. That was his job. That was him coming here to teach, and he was a master teacher. Is a master teacher. He's correcting me already. But he wants you.
Oh, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, he wants you to know that there's no pain, that he's in a really, really good place in his spirit, and he's excited about the journey. He's excited about coming back. He's already thinking about that. He's like, yeah, I'm right now, I'm deciding, you know, he says, this is exciting. Yeah, it's exciting because I can choose. I have choice. And he's like, you know, once we get into a body, we're there in that body. I have a choice. It's like when he says, it's like window shopping, you know, and going and smelling all of the food and seeing which one I want.
Well, tell him don't come back as a cat, Terry. I want him to come back as a dog for me.
Oh. Yeah. He's like, yes, no cat.
I want to ask you, I want you to tell him I didn't know he was sick. It's very important for me because I have a lot of guilt thinking that this all happened so fast. I don't want him to think that I didn't know he was sick. It all happened so fast.
Oh, that dragonfly is hovering right now. I wish you could see it. It is seriously right in front of me.
I saw it yesterday with Alan. He was hovering too.
Yeah, it just like was just sitting right there out the window. It's like I'm listening and I'm paying attention and I'm receiving the message, and then it just goes. So the message was received that you did not know that Diesel was sick. So Diesel, just asking for whatever your response is to Toni. He doesn't want you to feel guilt. He says, it's okay. I understand. And yes, the illness did progress, and I did not alert you to the illness. I didn't alert that there was something wrong. I could feel the timing. I could feel my body start to get weaker. And as it did so, I then was trying to tell you, but it was not a message that I was able to express in a way that you understood. It came out more with a withdrawal. And as I tried to get stronger myself, as I tried to heal what was happening, I knew that was the time that I was supposed to go. I was supposed to leave you and Alan and all the others at this time so that I could come back healthier. I could come back as another energy that was going to not be a teacher in my next life. I did that. I taught, I showed, I loved to the best of my ability. And then when I heard the message that it was time for me to make that change, to make that transition, I accepted it. So I don't want you to feel anything other than love, because you showed me love. You showed me unconditionally how much you loved me and how important I was. And I have no regrets. I have nothing but love for you, for Alan, for the others. I love you unconditionally, and I always will. And I'm with you forever. I will always be in your life, and you can always feel me as I'm there with you. And I want you to know that when I do return, it's going to be the same me, but different energy, and you will know that it is me. You will hear my bark. You will hear me and look in my eyes, and I will communicate with you that it is me. You'll know without a doubt that it is me when I come back.
Terry.
Right now, I'm in a good place. I'm in a very good place without pain, without feeling heaviness. I felt, at the end, I felt heavy, and that was the only way I can describe what I was feeling. The breath was hard. I had a hard time releasing the energy as I took a breath in. I had a hard time letting it back out. And you noticed as I was struggling, you knew there was something that was going on, but you weren't sure what. And I tried to not make you sad. I tried to not bring anything that was low to you as I tried to handle it on my own. But what I felt most of all at the end was a heaviness of my body. I don't feel that heaviness anymore. That's gone. I still feel like I'm in a body, although I feel freedom and release from that restriction of the tightness. It was a tightness in my chest, and the heaviness of the body just kept getting more and more, where I couldn't function, I couldn't move. And so I appreciate that you were able to guide me on, to let me release me. You loved me enough to let me go. And I want to thank you and give gratitude for you letting me go.
Well, Terry, not really, because I was fighting for him, and he was fighting for us in the beginning when we rushed him last Saturday to the pet emergency. His stomach was filling with fluid and his lungs was filling with fluid. I want to know about the blood that was in his stool. I asked the doctor, she said it could be pancreatitis, it could be from the stress, or it could be cancer or a GI issue. She wasn't even focused on that. I don't even know what that was.
Okay, so I'm just asking now. But he's reassuring that you did let him go, that at the end, as much as you were trying to hold on, you did accept that this was the best thing, that he couldn't have gone forward in that body. So you let that body go, not him, not his energy, not his love, but you let him release from that body. And that's his gratitude, is that you didn't take any extreme measures to try to keep him in that body, because it was too heavy. It had gotten too heavy. And so I'm asking him about the blood and what was going on. It was the bladder. The blood was coming from there was something wrong. It was the bladder and kidney. They were connected, and they were both had an issue where, like, the food that he ate, his stomach wasn't digesting it totally. So there was like a tear, an irritation in both the bladder and the kidney. Both of them were affected by this. It was some digestive issue that he couldn't fully digest the food, so it was creating a disturbance, and the blood was coming from both the kidney and the bladder. So he says it wasn't so noticeable in the urine as it was in the stool, as that was the toxin that was being released. There was a lot of toxin, a lot of toxicity buildup because the kidney wasn't functioning.
But
how does
this happen? And I didn't get any symptoms. Like, when this happened to him, it all happened so fast. And like I said, Wednesday and Thursday, he was raising hell here. Friday, he was laying down and I was checking him. And Saturday, we had to rush him to the vet. And then Monday, we had to put him to sleep.
Right. Okay, so he's again saying, I tried to show strength to you. I tried with all my might to be strong, and I didn't want you upset. I didn't want you concerned. I didn't want you to worry about me, because I was doing the best I could to be that strong dog. And that was what happened with me gaining enough strength to show you healthy, to show you what you wanted to see as me in a healthy body. Although I was feeling inside the pain, I was feeling the heaviness. And he keeps saying that. The body felt heavy, that he knew that there was a buildup. He knew that the toxins were there. It wasn't helping any of the organ function because there was so much toxicity. And when the fluid started building up, it wasn't being released from him. That's when he felt like he was blowing up in this body, where it was just such heaviness. And the times when he was playful and running around and cheerful, that was a strength that he was able to gain so he could show you that he was strong. He didn't want you upset. He didn't want you worried. He wanted you to relax and release so that he could do that. He says, I needed to see you letting me go. I needed to see you thinking of me as that perfect dog, that perfect body that I was in. And that way I could see myself as knowing that I had done what I was here to do. I was here to show you love. I was here to take care of you. That was his way of taking care of you, is by letting you see him as healthy, letting you see him as okay. He says there's nothing, at that point there was nothing that could have been done that would have prolonged my life there in that body. I was, okay, so he's saying it's the same thing as when someone decides that they're not going to stay in their body anymore. He's talking about suicide. It's the same thing as when somebody decides to move out of that body that they're in. They show themselves as the perfection because they're accepting. So what he did, he went into an acceptance of the fact that he wasn't going to be with you much longer. So he wanted to be joyful. He wanted to have fun and to play. And he actually shared with the other animals that he wanted them to play with him because it was going to be the last time that they played together that way. So as that master teacher that he is, he was able to help them to understand and to come to that knowledge that, you know, it doesn't have to be something that's really bad when you're choosing that, you know, or not choosing, but he knew that it was the end. It doesn't have to be a sadness and a low vibration, that you can go with joy, you can go with happiness. And that's what he chose to do, was go with happiness. And he said, once you realized that there was something wrong, then he knew that he was going to be gone within a couple of days. He knew.
Yeah. Daisy, my little female dog, she got up in the middle of the night. She slept in bed with us too. She got up in the middle of the night and looked over him. She got up and walked over to him and looked over him. And Alan saw it and he's like, oh no. He goes, she got up and looked, and then I got up and looked. But then I would always check to see if he was okay, you know? But why did she get up and look over him?
She knew. He had told them. He had already told the animals. He didn't feel like he could tell you or let you know until the very end. He didn't want to bring you into that sadness while it was the last days with him. He wanted you to keep your good vibration, to keep your happiness. But the other animals knew, and he had told them. And especially Daisy, you know, she understood it more than the others. And so that's why she went to check, to just reassure him that she was there. You know,
she was so motherly with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's exactly what she was doing. She was like giving him that bit of comfort that he needed at that time. So she
Terry,
was the comforter.
Why didn't the pet hospital tell me about his bladder or anything else? They just focused on his congestive. They said he was critical and focused on his congestive heart failure, but they didn't check anything else. Like they weren't focused. They didn't tell me anything about the bladder, and I'm sure they did everything.
I'm sure they did tests. Yeah, they probably ran the tests. Okay, so I'm just asking Diesel and asking the angels why they didn't. The congestive heart failure was like the end stage. It was what was going to be what took him out if you didn't put him down. So that was because of that, they knew that there wasn't going to be anything that really could be done for him. There could have been some heroic measures, but it wouldn't have helped. The function, everything was shutting down at that point.
That's why he was getting fluid everywhere.
Exactly. The heart wasn't pumping well enough to keep the blood flow to where it was going to bring everything into perfection, all the organs working the way they needed to work. And it was the kidneys. He keeps saying that the kidneys just couldn't pump out all the toxins enough. And that was from everything that was taking place. And he's showing me like the process, the buildup of the fluid was because there was so much toxin in the kidneys, and it just couldn't do its function. It couldn't pump it out enough. And so it kept building and building. Something about, he was thirsty. Did he show a lot of thirst at the end?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like, I was really thirsty, and it's like I couldn't get enough water, but my body felt like it was drowning because it was so heavy. It felt like, if I was in water, I would have just sunk to the bottom. That's what it felt like.
I gave him an ice cube. The night before we rushed him to the pet hospital, I sat with him and I told him how much I loved him. I said, Diesel, we love you. And I kissed him and I gave him ice cube, and he kept licking it and licking it and licking it. But then I also know that when they're in congestive heart failure, that one of the protocols, they have to dehydrate them. When someone's in congestive heart failure, they have to dehydrate them. So I had to watch about the ice that I kept giving him because, I knew he was having trouble breathing. And I had went through this with Chico. But I want you to ask him if he knows how much Alan and I loved him.
He does. Oh, I got chills all over when you asked that question. He does. Yes, oh my gosh. It's like if it was a human being, there would be tears flowing. There's no tears. There is just this energy of extreme love that's coming forward. He says, I could not have been in a better home than what I was in with the two of you. My life with you was blessed. It's just, I was a handful. I was a handful many, many times. And it was a life that I will always cherish, was in that body, with being there and playing and loving and being in your energy. When I come back, I am coming back to you and the dragonfly again. So
I am waiting for him.
Yes. He says, I will be back with you. You're going to know it's me. There will be no doubt that it is me. And he's thanking you. He says, I have so much gratitude. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for feeding me. Thank you for the walks. Thank you for the hugs and the kisses. He says, your kisses were so delicious. And this dragonfly, I swear he's right here. The dragonfly just keeps hovering right by the window.
I believe you.
It's not going away. It's not going away. And he says, I'm not going away. You're going to feel me every moment. You're going to feel my energy. He's laughing. It's like this energy is like bubbly. It's just like so beautiful with all the love. And he said, that's what you gave me. You gave me that love, and I took it with me. I took all that energy of love with me. And he says, when I watch you now, I can see you. I see you crying. I see the sadness. I see the anger. He's talking about the anger that you have. And he goes, please release that anger. Please let go of anger and let go of guilt. There's nothing you could have done. There is nothing.
I was so mad when he left. I'm like, Diesel, what did we do wrong? Did we not see it fast enough? Did I not do anything? What did I do wrong? I mean, I try to go back and think. No, Wednesday and Thursday he was raising hell. Friday he was laying down, and I checked on him. And Saturday we took him. What? I mean, she even told me, the doctor, she said every time she changed the pad that he would turn blue. He couldn't be without oxygen.
Yeah.
He was struggling just to breathe.
He was struggling. Yeah. He says that was rough. That was rough to not be able to breathe, to feel.
The doctor said it's like he was drowning in his own,
Mm-hmm.
She said she didn't know which way it was going to go. But she said he could not be without air. And he was, and then I don't want him to think that I let him suffer, because he said to you that he was like drowning to try to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knows that you would never let him suffer. He knows that. And let me see what he's saying. He said that was hard. That was the hard part of leaving, was the not being able to breathe. He said, once I was released from the body, everything was free. Everything was free. My energy, I didn't feel the heaviness anymore. I didn't feel the struggle anymore. And he says, I don't hold any regret. I don't hold anybody responsible. That it was my time. It was my time to move on so that I could be in a healthy body, because everything had stopped working the way it was supposed to work. And there was nothing you could do. There was nothing that you could do to help. And so please don't stay angry. Don't stay in that feeling of guilt, because there's nothing to be guilty about. This isn't something that you did. Okay, so just please go into how much I love you. Just feel that. When you start to feel the guilt, when you start to feel angry about it, know how much I love you. Know how much that I still am with you, and that in the physical, I will be with you again. I am coming back into your world, and we're going to have fun again.
And tell him that we fought for him, and we love him and miss him, and the house is not the same without him. And tell him I will be waiting for him to come back, and I cannot wait for him to come back to me.
Yes, he says it's not going to be immediately. It will be a little bit of time in between. You're still going to be wanting me. You're still going to be in that energy of anticipation. And there's going to be that day, and you're going to know it before it even happens. You're going to have that feeling inside of knowing that I'm coming to you. I'm going to send that message before I arrive. I want you to know this, that you're going to get that message, and it's a knowing that it's going to happen.
How will I know?
I'm asking him that now. Something about destiny. It's a destiny that we have already established, that we've already set. this destiny for me to come back to you, there's going to be a word. There's going to be, I'm trying to get the word that he's giving.
I know it.
You know the word?
Do I say it or you?
Yeah, he's giving it to you to by telepathy so that you can hear him saying it. And he says, when you hear that word, it's like, okay, he's here. Let's
The
get ready
baby's
for
here.
him.
The baby is here.
The baby is here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at these chills. I have chills on top of chills.
I got them too. I got them too.
Oh, look at that smile. That's what he wants. He wants that smile right there.
Terry, you don't know what you did for me today. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too. You've been a very good friend to me for a long time.
We are sisters, honey. We are sisters.
We are. Amen to that. Can you tell him I love him and I miss him so much?
He knows. He does know. I'm telling him. And
tell him I had that candle lit for him with his picture. Do you want me to bring the phone over so you could see it?
Is it white? Is the candle white?
Yes.
Yeah, white candle. He sees it. Yeah.
Right here. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, it's a white candle, and I have his pictures there and everything.
Yeah.
Has he been here to the house?
Oh, yeah. Yes, he certainly has. He's watching over all the others. He says they know I'm there. If you see them looking, just like looking at something, that's me. He says, that's me. I'm showing them, hey guys, you know, you're still around, even if you're not in your body, you're still here.
Well, Chico was looking up at the ceiling the other day. He was looking around. Chico and Daisy, you know, they're both, you know, I believe Daisy has warned him. When she knew he didn't come back from the doctor, when I brought his collar back after we cremated, after we put him down, I brought the collar into the office. And Daisy heard it and came running, and I was sitting Indian style on the floor, putting it in a keepsake box. But just before I put it in, she put her paw and her hand on my hand and she stopped me, and she sniffed it, and she looked at me and sighed. She went, oh, yeah. She's a smart dog.
Yeah, she is. She's a very smart dog. So they all know when he's hanging out there. They see him. And so if you see them at any time, if they're looking like beyond you, that means that he's like hovering. He's like right there in your energy. So, and they'll know too. They'll know when he's coming back. They'll get that message from him. He shares everything with them. He shares with them what it feels like to be out of the body. And he lets them see him as he can move around more freely, without that encumbrance of a human, or not a human, but of a flesh and bone body. So and he's still teaching. He is still teaching them.
I believe it. I really do. I believe it. But I can't get no time frame, right? So I can, you know.
He says you'll still be in that state of grief, not the heavy grief, but it feels like it'll be like a special day. It'll be either like an anniversary or something that's a special day, is what he's saying.
Tell him to come for my birthday, September 26th. I keep walking down the driveway hoping he's coming now.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a special day. I'm telling him it'll be a special day, is what he keeps saying. That you're going to get your message, and you're going to know without a doubt that he's arriving. You'll feel it, like. He's saying, just like being pregnant, you know, you're going to know that it's that time, it's coming, it's here, and you'll know. Yeah, you're going to be so happy when you see him again, and when you look in his eyes, you're going to know that it's him. Without a doubt, you'll know it's him.
And you said his bark too. He used to have a special
bark. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry, Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm really happy for you. You know,
You know what? I'm happy that you're happy for me because I needed this.
yes,
I
absolutely.
really needed this. I needed this so bad, so bad.
Yeah, that comfort.
I miss
That's what he's doing. He's giving you comfort right now. And again, he's wanting you to always remember that it's love. Love is all that matters. So anytime that you go out of love, you're staying up here. You're staying in those thoughts and that questioning and that doubt and that regret. He says, don't go into regret. Go into the love. Go into your heart, because that's where I am. I'm in your heart.
Thank
He's
you.
so wise. Oh my God, has so much wisdom.
Yeah, I've had him since he's 3 months old. He was 14. He is, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Even Brian
So
at
wise.
Even Brian at Pet Angels gave him a kiss for me. And he says, Toni, this dog looked like he had a bunch of personality. I said, he sure did.
Oh yeah. Yes, and he will have in the next body as well. He's assuring you. He says, oh yeah. He says, love
Is
is
he
so
going to be a big dog?
beautiful.
Is he going to be a big dog or a small dog?
He's going to be a small dog. He says, I like being small. He says, that way I can show how big I am.
You're right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell him mommy loves him. We all love him.
Oh, Diesel, you are so loved. You are so loved by your family. And he says,
My sisters,
I feel
my,
it.
my sisters miss him.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves all of you, the whole family. He says, all of you are so beautiful.
Alan said that today. He says, you know, the house isn't the same. His presence was always well known here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he made sure of that. And he says, don't get too comfortable because I'm going to be raising hell again.
Tell him to hurry up. I'm waiting.
Yeah, yeah. It won't be too long. Yeah, that's what he's saying. It won't be too long. And I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Oh my gosh. I just got so many chills. That's something he wants you to always hold on to. I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
I got it.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Toni, I love him so much. Oh my
You
God,
love him. I love him.
I love his energy. It is
I'm
so
telling you,
beautiful.
I'm telling you, he was something. He was something. That's why
Really,
it's so hard for me to get, you know.
yeah. Hold on to those memories. Hold that in your heart. Laugh with the memories. Laugh at his antics. You know, how he used to play and the mischievousness that he had. That's what he's mentioning. He was so mischievous. And
Yes.
he says, just laugh at me. It's okay. I'm laughing too.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Thank you, Terry.
He has so much gratitude for you and Alan. So much gratitude. He says, you gave me such a great home. He says, I wish every animal could have the love that I have with you. The love that was just always shown to me. Even when I was at my worst behavior, you still showed me love.
I did. I did.
He felt it. He felt it. He still feels it. Yeah. He's so amazing. So amazing. And he's just like at such peace. That's what he wants you to know. He is really at peace right now. And he's like, I'm just resting right now, Mom. I'm just resting. And then it's going to be game on after that.
I'm waiting, tell him.
Yeah.
Where is he now? Is he in Rainbow Bridge with the other dogs?
He is. Yeah, he is. He's not not being mischievous at the moment. He's just like happy to be in that energy and to know that type of love that is there. It's just pure love. There's no fighting. There's no struggle. There's no, somebody's got more than I do type of energy. There's nothing but love. And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
and being able to just see the spaciousness of everything. He's talking about how
Did
big.
he run into Nino, our dog that we had to put down in December 27th?
He says they're all there. They're all there. It's this beautiful space that is, it's not mixture. I'm trying to see what his word is. It's like in the world that where we can see each other physically, you see separation. You see it as all different energy. He says, but we're all together. We're all just like this big energy that's mixed in together. And we recognize each other in the lives that we led. We've lived many lifetimes together. And he says, you and Alan have been with him in every lifetime that he's lived. He's been there.
Oh, wow.
And you've
really?
been there. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes, because he's a familiar to you. So it's like every time that you have another lifetime, he's there as well. And he always will be. That's what he said earlier, that it's a forever connection. That what you have with him, it's always going to be. And he may look different in different bodies, but it's always that energy. And that's how you're going to recognize him, is recognizing that energy that's inside of him. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Tell him I'm getting a tattoo on my wrist in memory of him. It has a heart with the zigzag like a cardiac thing with a paw print, and I'm putting his name. And when he comes back in the other life with the other dog, I want him to lick my wrist.
I will do that. Seems like there's another message that he wants to give you. He likes the tattoo idea. He likes that. He says, when you look at it, just look more at the heart, at the energy that the heart gives, and the representation of all that love. He says, just see me in my perfect state of being. Just see that as I'm right there with you.
God bless him.
He says it is perfection. Every time that we come into a body, we have experiences. We have the deterioration of the body as we get older, but we have perfection in every stage. And in each phase of the growth, from teeny tiny puppy to all the way to the adult, there's a perfection that happens with each stage. So see me in my perfection at the end, instead of seeing me as weak, as sick, as something wrong. Look at me like, oh, that was the perfection of you getting ready to leave your body. That was how everything progressed to where you got to that point of leaving. So look at it that way. He says, look at it with the eyes of, this was the way that it was to be, and not that there was something wrong, or that you did something wrong, or I did something wrong. Look at the perfection of how it all came to the end resolution so that I could start over again. He said, it's all about the cycle. It's all about the cycle of life, from the very beginning until the end, and then starting that again. He said it's a real journey as we go into a new body. He said that's not easy either, to having to learn to adapt to the flesh and the bone. We have to learn that. We have to learn how to be in that stage again. But it's exciting at the same time. even though it's going to be a learning process, I'm not coming in without any knowledge. I'm coming in still knowing who I am, knowing who I always am, and how connected I am with you. And that's how I'm going to be able to get the message through to you that it's me, because
Oh, believe
of
me, I'm
that
going to know.
connection.
Yeah, I'm going to know.
You're going to know without a doubt that it's him.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I'll know.
Exactly, you will. You will.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry.
You're so welcome, honey. You're so loved. You are very, very loved by him. And he misses that playing with you. He says, I want to play again. And that's why I'm not going to wait a long time. I want to be that little puppy that's so joyful and so playful. And
yeah.
He says, don't get mad when I choose something. Just know that that's what puppies do. And just let me be me, and, just accept.
Oh, he's going to come back as a puppy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going to be a delight, he says. I will be such a delight. And he's not telling me what you're going to name him, but he says it's going to be the perfect name, and you'll know it. You'll know what the name is.
Yeah. You know what I know? Diesel 2. Did he know that?
Yeah, that feels right. He's like just sitting there smiling. He's like, I'm complete now.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, honey, for letting me be of service. I love doing this. I love the connection. He is one of the strongest connections that I felt with an animal in spirit. I brought through many messages for people, and he is just so fun. He's so fun.
I told you, he's one of a kind.
Just love. He really is. He's very unique. Yeah.
Make sure you post this so other people, you can help other people.
Thank you so much for being in my life. I love you. You just don't even know this love that I feel for you. It's like we've never been unfamiliar to each other. From the very moment we knew that we were connected. And I just felt that with you so strongly. We've been in each other's lives many times.
That's what he said just now?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's familiar, and that's why I was able to get the connection in so strongly, because you and I have that strong connection as well.
I know. So we're all connected.
We are. We're all soul family.
Yes, we are. And I'm forever grateful, Terry. You've answered a lot of questions through Diesel. I'm glad Diesel explained everything. Now I know.
Now you know. And you can have peace of mind, and that's what he wanted. He wanted you to be peaceful and move into that state of, after acceptance, move into the state of the happy memories and laughter and really bringing joy into your life. Because
right.
he's going to be back, and he wants to just really play and be joyful and not, there's going to be moments of sadness, but it's okay. Just let it be. Just let that release happen.
Tell him I'm going to hold him to his promise that he's coming back.
Yep. He says, you can take my word for it. I will be back.
And I'll be waiting for him with open arms.
Mm-hmm. Sure will. Yeah. I love it. You're so welcome. I'm telling Diesel thank you. And
tell him I love him.
So much love. Diesel, you are so loved. And he's giving a lick to you and to Alan. And just giving you so much love right now. And he says, I'll be hanging out for a while, so the others can see me, that I'll be right there, and they'll know that I've been in your presence. I've been sitting with you and giving you these messages. He says they'll know. They already know that I was around. So beautiful.
Thank you.
And I don't see the dragonfly anymore. He came in, he did his thing, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go take a nap now.
Now, when I see the dragonfly again, and when you see him, that's Diesel until he comes back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be making his presence known in a big way.
For a little dog, he sure goes with a big presence.
Yes, he does. It's huge.
My little baby.
So beautiful. You should get your package today. I'm thinking.
Thank you.
Yeah, it should come in today. The mail's
I'm-
been so slow lately.
I know, I've been checking and
Yes.
checking. I check, I go down to the mail and I check, and then I look to see if a dog comes running. Because I'm gonna say, Diesel, you're home. I'm gonna hang up, and then I call you and I give you the information, and I'll give you my sister's address so you could send her book to her.
Oh, I've already sent it to you.
Okay, well then, all right, it'll come here then. All
Yeah,
right.
it'll go there. All right,
Thank
honey.
you.